Okay, thanks everybody for coming in. Appreciate it. Jonathan, if anybody wants to sit by him, he's a great guy. He's got a good table. But thanks for coming to Chicago Cashflow Breakfast Club. We got a lot of people that we've seen before and then some new people, which we're very appreciative of. If it is your first time, this is a group of Chicago investors that are looking to just learn about investment strategies within real estate, share those strategies, meet pretty cool people, and have some decent donuts. And that's why we're here. Anything, we'll move it along. So we have our original sponsor, and then we have some updated sponsors. If you've been here before, you know that we're big on the go-giver attitude. And so India Kenya is our coffee sponsor. They will return sometime soon. Today we have Duncan, but that's okay. But yeah, India Kenya is one of our sponsors. And here's a slew of new sponsors that we have. Yeah, thanks to Jonathan, and thanks to you guys, our community who shows up and hangs out and learns and grows together. So we've actually got some cool companies up here. Rose Insurance Group, Renovo. I think a lot of people have probably heard about them. They're a financial group. Different real estate related companies, whether it's title, lender, GCs. Yeah.
Oh, Aaron's here.
Oh, okay. We're missing Aaron. So this is our first run with sponsors, so we're still kind of learning them ourselves. But super grateful to have them, and we will have probably in future meetings speakers from some of these sponsors here to advertise their business a little bit in case you guys need some of these professionals. Again, title folks, realtors, insurance companies, tax folks, kind of all the pieces that you might need within any sort of real estate deal. We want to provide good connections for that.
Oh, and this is me. My name is Judith Facio. I am a real estate agent here in Chicago and also Northwest Indiana. Started my journey in 2017, house hacking, which we'll be talking about today. And I'm glad to be here. And I'm going to pass it over to Jake.
Okay. Well, that's me from a long time ago. Took that picture last week, as you can tell. But no, my name's Jake Leisure. I'm also a real estate agent here in Chicago. Work with a lot of investors. Very excited to see everybody in the room. Went to University of Illinois. They're playing today. If you want to root for them, you can join me. Go Illini. But yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's me. I lost my voice. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jonathan. Started the Cashflow Breakfast Club with Jake and Judith, mainly in the renovation space, and happy to connect with anyone and help you guys connect with anyone who can help you on your journey. And that's more about me.
Cool. Awesome. And then we have the Discord.
Yeah, so hopefully this link works. It's kind of hit or miss sometimes, but we've got a Discord that we started to kind of just keep people connected in some form or fashion outside of this room. Hopefully you guys all connect and get each other's info and numbers as well. But I post some deals on there. Other people post some deals on there. It's a good place to check in here and there and see what's happening. Okay, so we've got our standard disclaimer slides that we always put up there. If you're new, hopefully this isn't just your typical networking event where you bop around and maybe meet a couple people and kind of hear some people talk and that's it. We want people to learn and grow. So if you've been here a lot, you understand we're going to draw off your experience. We've got different strategies we want to talk about, and if you've done it, if you can share how you did it and how you're successful to help others grow, that's what we're all about. So this could be you. Maybe today because it's going to be warm. So what's up, MJ? Good to see you. He's got a normal spot. Morning. Come on in.
Yeah, some seats here that are empty.
Yeah, we got plenty of spots. Make yourself a home. So this is our.
Oh, this was you?
I'll go over here.
Oh.
There you go. We got both of you. So this is our disclaimer. This is a free event. We are not tax professionals. We're not lawyers. If you need a good lawyer, we're in the right spot. But this is all just advice and sharing knowledge and strategies to become financially free through real estate investing. So don't sue us. Here's one of our sweet group shots from before. But yeah, the goal of our group is to help people further their investment strategy or jump in and start their investment strategy within real estate.
And achieve financial freedom.
There you go. All right. Jonathan, you usually take this one, but you're kind of, you want to take this unit? You can do it. You want to do it?
Yeah, so we're gonna do our member introductions. We do this at every single meetup. So basically, we're gonna go around and state our name and then what our recent updates are on our objective for the year. So in January, we went through what one of our goals is for the year. So if you want to provide an update on where you're at with your goal for the year. Yeah, so who wants to start?
We try to keep them at about 30 seconds. You know, if you go to a minute, that's okay too.
I can go first. All right. So my name is Jonathan Clem. My objective for 2026 was I wanted to flip 3 properties in and around Lyons, Illinois. My objective from the last meeting was to start the renovation, which we haven't started yet. So not quite there yet. The guy who lived there still hasn't moved out yet. And we almost started the water service last week. So very, very close. But planning to start on Monday, hopefully. But it's been a little bit of a challenge to help him get out. And, you know, it's very challenging buying a property through auction with someone who lives there. So I'm happy to talk through that with anyone who's gone through that. Scott, you're next.
My name's Scott. I can't remember what my 2026 goal was. I think it was to liquidate at least one of my properties. So, and that was my goal for last month. I was pending a closing. So last month I closed on that property. It's gone. The money went to my checking account. My secondary goal for last month was to make sure that when I came here this month, the money wasn't still in my checking account. It was actually somewhere doing something. So I found a decent rate on a CD that's very short term, just to give me enough time to figure out what I want to do with that cash. So we're moving forward.
Hi, my name is Alex. My 2026 objective was to find a HELOC, investment HELOC. I have debt equity in a couple of investment properties, so I was able to find a HELOC on investment properties. So I'm more than happy to share that with you.
A lot of people don't do HELOCs on investment.
It's called First Tech Federal Credit Union. They do desktop appraisals, so they're pretty fast with that. Fees are pretty decent. As long as you don't have the investment property on the LLC, you can actually pull equity from investment properties.
So it's a line of credit though?
HELOC. It's a HELOC. Yes, 100% HELOC. But it's I think 75. So I mean, that's good. All right. You're welcome.
You can probably get more for the LTV. Like I did a refinance on my primary, and I think the credit union that I worked with as well gave me 8%, like 5% more. So usually primaries are more advantageous, and then you can go and tap into investment properties.
Then somebody is in the room, you lock home equity line.
I have a lender that'll do 90% off.
Credit union?
Agro lender.
Old National. Oh, awesome.
The first access lender.
First access on primary.
And I have a 2 flat, and he said I'll do 90% on a 2 flat. Even with the
Because
unit.
it's
Yeah.
That's really good.
I'll do 75% if it's not required.
Oh, and they do it in
First access lending?
First access lending.
Yeah.
first access.
James Conner.
beautiful.
Yeah, first access lending. I can give you his email, just grab me if you need it.
Sure will.
Yeah.
Easy. Hi, everybody. My name is Jenny. This is my first time here, but I will say like my main objective now that I am here is to own my first multifamily unit, which is exciting.
Hey everyone, my name is Grady Schmidt. My goal for the year is to scale up from doing like 2 to 4 unit properties to doing 5+. So I actually put my first offer in on a 6-unit building yesterday. Michigan City, Indiana, my favorite place in the world. But trying to learn all the kind of challenges that go along with that, like raising capital, finding deals, maybe going into commercial, like retail, like units, things like that. So if anyone has experience in that, would love to talk. Also built out an app that I'm trying to scale this year. So that's been a little bit slower, but on my plans for the next couple months. Real estate, like asset management. So predicting like the lifespan and replacement cost of like the large mechanical systems in your properties. So like appliances, HVAC, roof, stuff like that. Belt, BELT, kind of a security thing. If anyone has a better name, let me know.
My name is Barry Brooks. I'm a commercial insurance broker. So if you have any questions about insurance, I'd love to answer them. Also an aspiring investor, but not currently one. So I like coming to these and kind of thinking about what I might do in the future.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Daniel. Longtime single family home investor. I just got into the multi-unit with a 3-unit last year, 5 doors total. My goal for this year was to raise money and build probably a 2 or 3 unit from scratch somewhere. So kind of in the line of work is this gentleman here. Also working on a Master's of Science in Real Estate at DePaul. And yeah, just looking to do real estate more as an active thing. So with commercial real estate, just looking for like a day job with it. So yeah, happy to connect with everybody.
Yeah. All right. Do I press anything? Sorry, I was late. So introduction. I'm Todd Stevenson. I'm a real estate broker. I own a small real estate brokerage. We do residential and commercial. Looking to build and scale my investment business. So I've been doing a couple fix and flips with joint ventures. Looking to kind of actually get out on my own, and then eventually get into the ground up new construction business. So my next objective to be complete prior to next CCBC is let me think about that. I guess it's 30 days. Yeah. Premier Chicago Real Estate. Yeah. We do mostly residential, but we do some commercial, smaller commercial, like with Cook County Land Bank and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm Carl Sugihara. First time attending this event. I'm a multidisciplinary creative, and I guess my objective is to learn more about real estate investing and become an investor.
What do you do?
So I do graphic design, photography, videography, and an editor. So yeah.
For any real estate folks?
A couple projects, but definitely would like to network with everybody.
Yeah.
Carl does media for our staging company. That's why he's here. So yes, he does work for real estate. Cody Jones, own a home staging interior decorating company, investor as well, pivoted to Northwest Indiana. Main objective for the year was to close 5 properties in Indiana. As of last time I was here, we have 2 under contract right now. So looking for money, if anybody's trying to throw money around. Also have a deal in Texas for midterm rentals. So my objective prior to next group is to find some money.
Very nice.
Great. Hello, everyone. My name is Louis. First and foremost, I'm a man of faith. Second, I am in risk management at a financial services firm. And third, I am also a real estate investor. I currently close on my second multi-unit property in December of 2025. My goal for 2026 was to force appreciation. There were a couple of roadblocks in terms of some tenants that were inherited. So thankfully didn't have to go through an eviction. The tenant was able to vacate on their own, which really is helping now go through a lot of the remodel to force that appreciation. So it seems like we're actually going to be in track to do so by the end of 2026. So yeah. I did. That was on a Belmont Cragen property. So if you want to, I did learn most of it through YouTube. So like I can refer you through some of those videos, but if you have any particular questions about how to go about it after, some of those like technicalities, I can certainly help with that. But thank you to Alex and, just thinking about like HELOCs as well. I think that's huge in terms of like capital. So I think that hopefully we can get more into that for today's topic. So thank you.
Whoops.
My name is Kevin Atwood. I work in tech. My objective this year is to position myself so I can do a cash out refinance next year for my second property. I just bought my first property last year.
Awesome.
Hello, my name is Daniel. I'm a software engineer. My goal for 2026 was to 1031 exchange one of my properties into something a bit larger, like a 5+ commercial deal. I'm under contract to sell the relinquished properties, so now I have to find another property very quickly. So if anybody is selling any 5+ units on the northwest side, hit me up. Northwest side of Chicago.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Eddie Cubitt. This is my first time here. I'm the owner of Your Chicago Home Buyers. It's a flipping and wholesaling business. My goal for this year was to do $600,000 in gross profit. We are currently a little bit over 150, so we're on pace. And then something I want to do this year, another goal of mine is to do my first house hack because I've sold and wholesaled everything that I've done so far. So I want to start keeping some rentals. So my goal is to get a house hack in the city, and my objective for next time is to get pre-approved for a mortgage.
Nice. All right. How long have you been wholesaling?
Oh, this is my third year.
Okay. Oh,
Usually they save the best for last, but here goes. Well, for those that don't know me, I am MJ Lawrence. I am a local realtor in the Chicagoland area. And my objective for this year, because dealing with clients sometimes can be a little bit taxing, as we realtors know. So I was going through my contact list, trying to update it. And believe it or not, I found 2 deals from clients literally that I had 10 years ago. So both are from under contract. One may be a short sale. I'm not exactly sure yet. But it was great to go through that, and I'm feeling a little bit better about that. I got the list a little bit updated. So my goal for this year, also, my family, 2 of my family members want to purchase multi-unit properties, so I'm assisting them with that. Hopefully, we'll have that done by September. The first one maybe by June. But along with everything else, so much for my 30-second message. But I would like for you guys to come because we're doing an awesome showcase. I will put this flyer over here. This is a Spring to Success showcase that's taking place next month on April 25th. A lot of great information, all the information that you guys have shared. We need you there. So it is a great event. It's also a business showcase. So it's like a 2-in-1 deal. So you have your presenters. Jonathan's going to be one of our presenters there as well. It's going to be, of course, a lot of real estate, different phases of real estate. It's so much involved with real estate. Real estate is a tough cookie to chew. So we got wills, we got trusts, we got property management 101, how to keep good tenants, how to qualify good tenants, credit rebuilding. So even the realtors and people, if you got family, friends, clients, customers, bring them along as well, because it's going to be a fun day. Anybody know my personality? We don't do nothing boring, but you're going to have a lot of good information. I don't know if you registered or not, so look forward to seeing you then.
Hi, my name is Richard. I'm a software engineer. I guess it's my first time here, so nice to meet everyone. One reason, I guess my main goal for 2026 is to acquire a new property. Currently looking for my next house hack or investment property. I'm mainly focusing on heavier rehabs at this point. I guess one objective to complete prior to the next meeting is I'm working with a VA service to get off-market leads. I have a couple leads that popped up. I would say they're like warm leads, but I still haven't contacted them. I just started that service, so my objective is to actually follow through and start responding to them. But it's kind of nerve-wracking.
Gotta go quick.
Yep.
Gotta go quick.
My name is Brian. Nice to meet you guys. I do normally like live in fix and flips, so I've been doing that. I'm trying to sell this house that I'm living in right now, and I normally do the south side, but I'd like to see Indiana too. So yeah, because they have like really nice houses on the south side. They just need a lot of work. But yeah.
Hi, I am Isabel. I am new to this. So a little bit about myself. I am new to this country as well as I've been here 2 years. I'm from Chile. In Chile, I have done some buy and hold, but here in Chicago, I want to get into rehabbing, refinancing, and then holding them. I need a lot of leads because on market things just are not good enough. So if anyone has like leads or like off market things, please here. I'm actively looking into deals. Actually, tomorrow I'm gonna go look at 2 properties and see if I can like rehab them. Oh, I like Little Village. They're in Little Village. Yeah. Hablo español.
Hello, I'm Monica. So my goal last time I was here, I mentioned about turning my mom's house into an insurance midterm rental. But I would have to evict or not evict. I did not do that. I had to have a couple family members removed, right? So we got this beautiful letter, lawyer to do this beautiful letter. It made me cry. It was so, because it was nice, I mean, it was the opposite of what, of being confrontational with an eviction. We offered him $5,000 on February 26th. They got the letter. We still have yet to hear from them about it. And now they've completely ignored my mother and whatever. So, but it looks like they're moving out, because I got security cameras and I saw things. So it looks good. It looks like they're just waiting to the last minute to sign, but it looks like they'll be out by the end of the month, which is what the goal was. So then we can get someone in to check, a general contractor to come in and, give us the numbers according to what I want to do now. A couple years ago, when Jonathan came to look at it, what we were going to do was residential, turn my mom's house into a residential shared housing facility because my dad was homebound, and we had extra, it's a big place. We were going to do that because it makes it's a lot more money. I'm sorry, we were just talking about this because she's in a similar type situation. That makes a lot of money. However, we weren't able to do that. And since he passed in December, this is where we're at now. And besides that, I have a lot more in the pipeline. So I'm really excited about that. Things I haven't even, I didn't write down or anything from last time I was here, but I got more going on, but I took too long. So that's it for now. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. My name's Joe. I'm an investor, also an educator. Recent updates, my 2026 main objective was to acquire 1 property. Have not done that quite yet, but I did make it a point to attend some more meetups, meet some more people, network, things like that. And then objective to complete prior to the next one would make some offers and hopefully find a deal. Started looking in Northwest Indiana. Cody got me over there a little bit, but also in Chicago, I house hacking on the Irving Park area, so I love this area as well. But definitely checking out Northwest Indiana for sure.
I'm going to sit. Anyway, I'm Bernie. I'm a realtor, fix and flip, and also a licensed contractor. You might want to think of me as the doctor. I perform CPR. And as you all know, carpentry, plumbing, remodeling. And we do it all from A to Z, from apartments, zoning, we do. An update would be I'd like to get a 5+ is what I'd like to get. My objective next time I'm here is to have a contract on one of my properties.
Bernie. Hi, my name's Adam Barrera. Haven't been to this meeting in a while. Sorry, Jonathan. But I've I've pretty much done everything in real estate. I mean, I started in '94 buying my first fix and hold, and I did a lot of those. Then I done about 50 gut rehab fix and flips. I was general contractor, also plumber, electrician, pretty much everything. Now I'm a realtor with Realty of America. And my goal for this year is to stop dealing with residential buyers. I only want to deal with investors and commercial. And, you know, it's, I mean, it's what I know and it's where I feel most comfortable. So nothing against residential buyers, really, but it's where I feel most comfortable. That's my goal. Thank you.
Hey folks, my name is Kisha. Quick updates. You know, I'd been on this journey to get rid of 2 tenants in one of my properties that I inherited. They both moved out, did some work, and let it sit over the winter because I wasn't trying to place anybody during that period. It's crazy. And so about on the 8th, I had a tenant moved into my garden unit that I'm very excited about, and I will list the first floor unit this month. And then before I come back to this place next month, my next move, I want to get one of my properties refinanced so that you know, and I'm trying to decide between one that's like one offer that's like no underwriting fees, no closing fees, but it's only bringing it there. They're only looking at like a 6% versus a 5.8% that has the fees and such, but the pity is kind of the same, whatever it's called. I bought this one in August of 2024. Conventional. Yeah, and I'm trying to go down to a 25-year. So I don't lose the little 2 that I've put into it so far. So what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Tell me. The interest rate when I bought was 6.99 because it was summer of 2024, right? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that you'll get anything because like when you refinance, you reset the amortization, so you have to take that into consideration. The fees. Usually people who want to refinance, if the purpose is to get cash, I would just recommend right now.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to take any cash out, right? It's just, a rate and term, right? And again, take it down to a 25-year, so I'm not resetting it back to the 30. And then sit on it for a year because I house hack. I got to get the occupancy done before I can move on to my next, right? And so I'm just trying to decide between those. Yeah. And the thing with refinancing that I like, I'm not trying to take any money out, but you know, both of them look to save me about. Both of those options look to save me about $500 a month. I expect I submitted a review for my property taxes, so that's going to go into effect. That assessment value, my property taxes is going to go into effect later this year, and so I'm looking for that $500 upfront payment or reduction now, just as extra cash to put away for my next purchase, or either pay it down. Yeah. I filed all of that. And so, yeah, are you good?
We've had that happen before. No,
Booby traps.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Be careful. Yeah.
Oh, over there, this way.
Okay.
Hey, what's up? I think most of y'all are more experienced than me. I'm pretty new at all this. I'm still wanting to get my first house, but I'm kind of just here to get information because once I kind of do one thing, I'm gonna be interested in doing the next, and so on and so forth. So it's good seeing y'all seemingly successful in what you do. So I'm just taking notes. I'll be here with y'all soon enough. Oh, sorry. My name is Robert Blue. Just had the color.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Greetings to world, man. My name is Jonathan. I have the S here, stands for second. But if that's still a little bit confusing, I'll also respond to Piper in case of stolen identity. And I'm just here's a student, much like Mr. Robert here. I've been coming to events long as they have me and kick me out, so I'm gonna just keep being a nuisance. No, I'm kidding. But I am here to learn to sort much I can, take notes to explore different means of acquiring first property. That's my goal for 2026 because conquering the East was maybe a little bit out of hand for now. But right now I want to focus on acquiring first property. Sponsored means maybe house hacking, not just make it house loans. Open to it, don't discriminate at what kind of property or by means of acquiring it. Because again, I'm still too brand new to make that kind of distinction. But that's part of me being green, being a student. I had to be more willing and eager to learn. And thank you for having me.
Hi, I'm Hunter. I think we've got like the educational table over here because I'm also newer, but looking at some different development properties, as well as looking at that garage to ADU conversion. So we'll see. Gonna network, talk to some folks, and kind of hoping to get a sense of my construction costs and move from there. So that's my plans for 2026.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Marcus. Recent update on 2026. So I was trying to get a 16 unit out the ground. A couple of my buddies, we went in on that, got the land purchased. We did the soil reports about 3 weeks ago and the subtitle D haul off for everything. So that just killed the entire deal. No, that's not nice. That's not good. Subtitle D is contaminated soils. So it's a bunch of petroleum and oils and things like that. So when you take that out, you got to haul it off to a special haul off site, contaminated soils, which is like 5 times the cost of a regular dirt yard. So that kind of killed that deal. So I'm looking for the next one. Super busy with my W-2. I work in development manager. Just trying to finish up a 40-unit townhome right now in Glenview. So kind of taking time to just do that right now and hopefully get back into my deals when this eases up a little bit.
Where do you normally work at? Area.
Englewood.
Oh, Englewood?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we did. Well, we will eventually. It's still
Hey everybody, my name's Ben. Second time at one of these things, but it's been a little while. Recent update on 2026. My background is in real estate technology and software, and kind of exited that last company last year. Right now, working on another little like hobby project in the real estate investment analysis space. What I'd love help from any of you all who'd be willing to lend it is to hear more about what you look for and how you go about analyzing potential investment properties as I work on that. And then, yeah, still not a real estate investor myself, but hopefully sometime this year. So, thanks.
How's it going?
Excuse me. My name is JD McClary. This is my second time at this event, so good to be back. Definitely some familiar faces. I work in IT sales, have for a long time, but I recently actually got my real estate license. So initially starting that, thank you. So going through those initial steps, learning more about that, and that's definitely one of my goals is to just better understand the processes, and then eventually close my first property. My 2026 goals, there's a lot of them. So I'm trying to buy my next investment property is probably the biggest thing, if that being primary, small multifam, or to add on to scale my investment property business. I'm also expecting my first child in July. So thank you. Thank you. So eventually I'm going to have to get a bigger spot, my wife and I. So that is definitely something that we're hopefully to happen before the end of 2026. So yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Good morning, everybody. My name is Larice. I own a 2-flat in South Chicago. So my goal was to try and get some leads because I need a tenant for one of my units. So based on the last meeting, one of the young ladies here had given me a referral for a website for some additional tenants. So I'll be screening those. So hopefully in April's meeting, I will have a tenant. That is the goal at this point. And then at that point, it would just be to kind of expand to see how house hacking works once I start positively cash flowing with the unit that I have.
Nice. Hi, everyone. My name is Dubois. Sure, I walked here. No, definitely not. I'm in cybersecurity and IT. I own 2 triplexes here in Chicago. I'm looking to get a 6 unit with my friend from the Air Force. He lives in LA though, and I'm out here. So I mentioned that at the last meeting or the meeting at the beginning of the year. And no, we're still doing it. I'm trying to think of like any updates. We paid off a lot of debt, so that's one thing. No, I already had that done. I was getting a trust done. This is totally unrelated. I was getting a trust done. I was halfway through, paid $2,000 for it, went to Japan, came back, got hit by a car, was pissed because I was like, if I would have died, I paid $2,000 for nothing. Got that done immediately. I was so angry. I was sitting on the curb, like bleeding from my head, like, dog. If I die right here, all of that was for nothing. But yeah, when it comes to the 6 unit deal, that's coming along. We got rid of like over $40,000 of debt. So we're looking good and things are moving.
We're glad you're okay.
Yeah, that was last year.
How you do the your mind at that?
So we're really gonna do.
Gotta have you.
And here's a couple ways to do it. We could do it into or DSLR. We're just trying to save capital right now. We even have like private money lenders that we were talking about from our connections, just like traveling to the airports and everything. So we're looking at a lot of different resources and loopholes. But it's really complex because the most complex thing about that deal was not even like the financing, but when you're working with like trust and like how the partnership is gonna work. That deal structure. I'm working on that. Yeah, paying off debt, working on deal structure, and getting to a couple of that. Yeah. And one more back here.
Yeah, this looks like a makeup brush. I don't know if it works. A Max. Yeah, right. Scanning the room, you guys are also young and beautiful. You guys make me look so old and ugly and stupid. I recently got a real estate broker's license, so I'm going to be working as a leasing agent with Fulton Grace. No expectation, the real estate market is, discombobulated. You know what I'm saying? It's not what it was 5, 10, 20, 30 years ago. So the leasing, hopefully that'll pan out. And that's just stay busy, stay active. You guys are awesome. You guys are beautiful.
All right, thanks, Max. Also want to give a shout out online. We got Dean and we got Fred. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Where you want to go?
What is my goal? I have a lot of goals. Well, I bought my I bought a rehab in December, closed on it in January, started the project. I had a 3-month timeline, but my contractor messed it up. So I still have like another 6 to 8 weeks to rehab it. I'm doing a full gut. I actually bought a single family home, and I'm turning it into a duplex. And I'm going to Section 8 one of the floors. Well, hopefully both of the floors, since Section 8 doesn't check legality. Yeah, so I'm finishing up the electrical and the framing this week, hoping to start drywall next week. So I have to do the walkthrough and make sure everything was done correctly. And then yeah, I'm still like 6 to 8 weeks out before I finish that. And then after, hopefully get another deal, maybe in Northwest Indiana, East Chicago, Gary, Indiana. We'll see. So I'll keep you guys updated next month. Hopefully by next month, I have already finished the drywall, and it's just the finishes. So crossing fingers. Yeah. So legality. Yeah.
Is it a basement or?
So it's actually a ground floor unit. So it's not the basement, it's ground floor. So yeah, up the first unit is first floor and second floor, 3-bed, 2-bath. And then the lower level, when I bought it, it was unfinished, but I'm making it into a 1-bed, 1-bath.
So it's not illegal for you right now? It's not illegal for you right now?
It's a single family home. Yeah, it's a single family home.
They don't check legality. They don't check if it's illegal two flat or 3 flat.
Section 8 doesn't.
Yeah, but they will check. They will do the inspection and make sure that
Yeah,
everything's in order.
Yeah, so yeah, it will. I mean, it's a full gut. So it was a full gut. I demoed everything, redid electrical, plumbing. I didn't pull no permits, but hopefully don't tell anyone. This is don't tell anyone else. But it's this one is in Chicago, so it's in the east side of Chicago, so like borderline Indiana. I have another building over there, so and I like it because it's a mobility area. So yeah, guys, that's my update.
I'll do mine really quickly. So 2026 goal was to continue to grow the Cashflow Breakfast Club here in Chicago, and you guys are all helping us do that. Super thankful for that. And then next objective, I've got a listing in the far northwest suburbs where Jonathan and I grew up, coming up soon. So I've worked primarily in Chicago so far. So kind of learning that area, seeing some family along the way since I got to go out there, but getting the right price, figuring out where to price it. It's a great turnkey place, so it should go quickly, but I want to make sure we're doing the right things and pricing it off of data. And I'm just, not out there that often. So that's the next objective. I'll probably have an update at our next meeting. So a couple quick updates for us, just housekeeping real quick. If anybody's new, we got bathrooms in the back, super casual, grab donuts, grab coffee whenever you can. We appreciate everybody getting up, introducing themselves. We encourage a lot of dialogue and participation here. Hopefully there's somebody in the room that has gone through what you've gone through or can help you in some way or has just some strategy they can share with you. We're going to kick off our topic. It's house hacking, probably like 20, 30 minutes of discussion. And we really, really want you guys to jump in whenever you can. And then we'll close at about noon, so a little bit less than an hour from now. But yeah.
Yeah, so
You're not allowed.
fine.
1201 and
You guys forget. Here, I'll see you.
So just so everyone knows, because I'm pretty sure you guys saw on the flyer, we're actually improvising today because we were supposed to have a guest speaker, Eric Workman. He's a private lender with Renovo, and he canceled on us last minute. So
he wasn't able to make it. So we're here, but to go through house hacking and about that. I think we heard a bunch of people in the room chat about house hacking and want to house hack. I know for a fact some people have house hacked, so that's kind of our topic for today. Go ahead.
So, so house hacking. So as you can see here, house hacking, traditional house hacking, is buying a building. Yes.
I won't mention the names that doesn't like hacking. But hacking sounds really bad. How about living with roommates? Sounds much nicer than trying to hack into something.
Sure. Yeah. Shared living. Yeah. So I guess. Yeah. Like I guess.
Not living roommates. You're living in the property that you're purchasing, but it's not a total investment. You're living in that investment property to hack it so that the other units are paid for your.
Yeah, and like that's the thing, right? So like traditional house hacking is when you think of it, it's like I'm gonna buy a building and rent one of the units out. But there's other forms of house hacking. Like my first house hack, believe it or not, like I bought a condo, a 2-bed, 1-bath, and I rented out one of the rooms, and that's house hacking. There's also people here. He's not here today, Gabriel,
Right.
where he bought a house and he rented out the rooms in the house, and that's another form of house hacking. So
That would be
shared living. It is shared living. It is. You're sharing living spaces. Owner occupied rental. Yeah. So the purpose obviously of house hacking, like when I get clients who are like, Judith, I want to invest in real estate, what's the best and easiest way? I always recommend house hacking because you can use traditional financing, which is very advantageous if you're just starting off because you don't need a lot of cash. So you can use an FHA loan where you put 3.5% down, or you can use a conventional loan, 5%. Like if you want to do, because like here in Chicago, like you can get like a 2-flat or a 3-flat or 4-flat. And like if you want to go bigger, here in Chicago, like it is best sometimes to use a conventional loan because does anyone here have a 3 or 4 unit? I should ask the crowd. Did you guys use FHA or conventional financing for it? Okay.
If someone
4 unit? When was this?
Doesn't know what FHA is.
2021. Okay, so that's really unique right now. So I asked the question because, like, if you want a house hack a 3 or 4 unit right now, it is really hard to do an FHA loan because you have to meet what's called the self-sufficiency test, which in 2021 you could do that, but now because interest rates are so high, a lot of 3 to 4 units, you don't qualify for that anymore. So most people, if they're doing a bigger conventional, yeah, most people do conventional financing for 3 to 4 units.
Let's real quick. Does anyone tell us like what this self-sufficiency, just a breakdown of what that might be in case someone
Lewis, because you did it.
Well, I mean, I don't remember all the details of it, but essentially, I think it's just they. I don't know how to like put it in like.
We can help.
Yeah, I was like,
75%.
So when you move into a place that's owner occupied and you rent the other units have to basically make up 75% of your mortgage costs, of your loan costs.
Which is pretty simple if you have multiple units.
Yeah.
It's just like you have to. I don't know, at the time it was supposed to have to get a cover because it's 4 units. You can just show like from the rents, right? Like, okay, this is definitely gonna cover more than enough the mortgage, right? If anything.
Right. So if you're working backwards, you gotta look and say, okay, what could these units something rent for? And then compile that and say, okay, what's my cost gonna be? And make sure it hits 75%.
Has anyone else here bought a 3 to 4 unit in the last like 5 years? Well, or more recently in the last like 2 years? Anyone wanna
I used conventional financing pretty flat in Avondale. It didn't have that test, which is
The FHA, yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Did anyone use an FHA loan to get it? No? You did?
My first one makes me want to sell was but now it's
conventional financing?
So
Got
one of
it.
the pros of FHA for house hacking might be a little bit of a lower down payment, a little bit of easier entry, less cash out of your pocket. But you also have more rules, right? You also have to make sure the rent compiles 75% of your mortgage. Where if you do just conventional, right, you don't have those rules apply.
Yeah.
You probably have a little bit of a higher interest rate, a little bit of a higher down payment.
Can you use pro forma rents to show the bank? Like if you increase the rent?
Future, that's a great question.
know?
They use market rents. Yeah.
Renovation. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you renovate it.
Or like a rehab?
This is what the new market.
Yeah, actually, so that's a great question because like you can do an FHA 203K loan. So I've done this before, and they use future like the ARV of what you would get after you rehab everything.
So you want to buy a 4-unit place, and you want to do an FHA, which is a little less cash out of your pocket. You have to meet that 75% threshold, right, where all the rent is adding up to that. What we're talking about here, I'm sorry, I forget your name, Eddie. What Eddie's talking about is if you're planning to renovate those units, can you give an estimate of what those new rents would be after you've renovated it, meet that 75% threshold? The answer is yes, you can. And a lot of times people combine this with construction loans as well.
FHA
Which is
203K.
like an easier way to enter into real estate investing. You have to kind of follow these rules, but there are, I don't know if I want to say loopholes, but strategies you can use to show the bank, like, hey, we're going to hit this mark.
Yep. Yeah. So.
Is that right? Anybody want to correct me? Go ahead. All right.
Those rental rates that the bank agree upon, where do those come from? Or like, how do you agree on them?
Great question. Anybody have experience?
We already probably have rental agreements in place with if you're inheriting tenants, so that sometimes becomes the case. You just be like, okay, these tenants are already paying for this much, so you're already saying I will definitely be able to cover 75% of the mortgage.
But I think we're acting like the prorated rent, right? Like we're going to renovate it and it's like
the future rent.
Like,
yeah.
Or both, like even tenants, like where do you pull the rent?
Yeah, go to your market. Yeah.
Right, market rate.
Just like comps, right? Just like you're purchasing, right? So other rental. Actually, I was talking with Kisha today. There's a great site called Rentometer, which pulls rentals from your area, and it's actually really digestible reports, like a 2-page PDF. We're talking about in case you wanted to maybe increase rents for your tenants. A good way to do so. And it pulls, for example, like 25 units that were rented in the last 12 months within a mile of your unit. And it shows the median, the average, the low, the high, when they were rented, et cetera. It's all public data, but it pulls it together really nicely. It's an easy way to show your tenants like, hey, I'm raising rent, but you're still a bit under market, or we need to get to market. But some form of that you would also take to the bank, and they would use that.
Yep.
Good question. You said the FHA loan and then another loan to renovate. Well, I don't know.
So you can combine those actually. It's the FHA 203K loan. So it's one of the only products out there that I know of where you can combine your mortgage loan and your construction loan into one payment. Okay. Which is awesome. There's a little bit more rigor there, right? Yeah. There's a bit more process. But you know, if you want to, for example, say this is what the rent is going to look like, and we're going to do a construction loan to renovate it, and just combine that into one payment. So it's a.
And you would still need that like 5%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still very little cash out of your pocket, very little down payment. It's one of the only ways you can actually finance your construction loan at a lower rate. And it's clean because it's combined into one thing.
Yeah. So like you have two different types of rehab loans. FHA is FHA 203K. If none of you guys have done it before, highly recommended because you're basically getting money from the bank and it doesn't count as income. It's the best way to finance a rehab. And then on the conventional side, it's the home style loan. And that one is just a rehab loan for conventional financing. And it works the same way. I think it's a little bit more lenient. Maybe Jonathan can talk a little bit more about it because FHA 203K, there's two different products. I did the streamlined version. I only got like $35,000 from the bank, but you can do the full gut FHA 203K. It's more rigorous because you need GCs and you need to pull permits. I did mine and I didn't pull permits. And whatever.
Right.
I didn't need to pull permits.
Put it that way.
I know, right? Oh my God.
I think we have some Isabel and Monica.
No, this is Chicago. So I did my FHA 203K here in Chicago. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I got away with it. Say it to the camera.
Isabel, do you have it?
No. No, I did more. I did more.
Louis?
I did stairs.
Has anyone heard about like piggyback loans? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've heard them, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think like that, if you're trying to reduce the overall mortgage.
Can you back up and say what a piggyback loan is?
Yeah, so a piggyback loan. So a piggyback loan is a two loan structure essentially for if you're trying to go under the conventional loan. So instead of getting a single loan for a for a home, you're getting two loans. And that sounds a little scary, but if it makes sense for you, it's definitely something that is available, right? And that what we'll do is reduce PMI costs, right? So the purpose of it is to eliminate the PMI altogether, right? That is something that I very much want to consider for my next endeavor. And I have a few contacts at mostly credit unions do that, right? So if your purpose is to refinance the property in like 3 to 5 years, especially if you're going to do a lot of like construction and remodeling to, force appreciation, that it will most definitely make sense for you, because at that point yeah, go ahead. Yes, but I would, this would be like a house hack, right? So let's say now you're going to be like like a single, it's not a single fam, but I guess like when you acquire a multi-unit, you would then list it as like your primary residence. When you do that, then you would qualify for a piggyback. And unfortunately, not a lot of like big banks like offer this product. It's more so like through like credit unions. So, but that certainly helps with rates. The only problem is that the second loan off the piggyback is there's a balloon payment term on it. So you most definitely have to refinance to make sure that you don't end up paying like a heinous amount, right? So yeah, exactly, right. But then, yeah. So again, it comes with a level of comfort if you're willing to do that, right? But if you do the calculation of the cost in those like 3 to 5 years, it most definitely makes sense to eliminate that PMI.
PMI, if you're a first-time homebuyer, it's private insurance. So if you don't put a down payment, that they insure monthly. So it's just an extra cost.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so piggyback is a way to reduce that PMI by having 2 different loans, is what I'm hearing. Okay, awesome.
And meet the loan.
Unrenovated house, because it's a lower value, and you understand that you just get another loan for the construction without subscription.
I never want to pay 20% to anybody.
Okay.
That's my first word of advice.
I'll bring it to you.
Yes. And
Okay, so house hacking is beneficial for many reasons. Cash flow, that's my goal. If I house hack, I want to get cash flow. Appreciation, most people do it sometimes just for appreciation, and in certain cases, especially here in Chicago, specifically the north side, all you get is appreciation if you want a house hack, because it is really hard in the north side to cash flow. And then equity. So the goal is ideally to get something under market value, rehab it, force appreciation, and then potentially refinance or pull out a HELOC. And then there's another way that's not on here. Can anyone think of another way? A place to live, a roof over your head? I missed one. So there's 3 ways, right? Cash flow, appreciation, equity, but there's another one that I missed. Tax benefits.
Yeah.
So what? Depreciation. Okay, does anyone know how that works? Depreciation.
Like cost segregation.
Oh, cost segregation.
That's I hit it all right. That was not me. I forced it. It's all good.
So depreciation is basically everything in your building loses value over time. I know there's bonus depreciation. I'm not sure if that's like ending or it's like for 2025 or 2026, but you get like 100% of the value up front, or you can take normal depreciation of everything in your building over the value of like a certain amount of years. And it is like based off your goals. Like if you want to not pay any taxes this year, or if you want to slowly not like pay taxes over the course of everything. And also like when you house hack with roommates, and I've spoken about this before, you can write off more of your property, like the other two rooms that they rent out. You could write off the utilities that they use. You could write off the appliances in that unit you live in. I've written off projectors, gaming consoles, all of that because my roommates use it. I use it, and it's a tax write-off because I'm using it for business purposes. So it's a lot of like cool, sneaky things you can do when it comes to the tax benefits, not only like with your building and everything, but even like appliances in your own unit and stuff. Artwork as well. I buy artwork, put it on the wall.
Advantageous, not secret.
Yeah, advantageous.
Sure. Love it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so those are all the benefits. And then this is just like an example of a deal. I don't know how like accurate that is. Maybe $400,000. Your closing cost is $28,000. Has anyone done a deal recently that they want to share, like how these numbers compare? Someone just closed on a house hack, didn't you?
Well, my Avondale property that I'm on with 2 flat, bought it for $440 with 3% seller concessions. I think I was out of pocket 15 grand FHA, 14 grand.
That's really good. Yeah, so that's the other thing here. I'm glad that you mentioned that. Seller concessions, I feel like I'm the queen of concessions because anytime I make an offer, like I always ask for credits. And even if they deny it, I always use the inspection period to negotiate concessions because 99% of people who sell their properties don't do inspections. So they really don't know what's wrong. And then when you have the inspection, you can go back and say, XYZ is wrong. Can I get some more money back? And that will further reduce your total closing costs. So then you don't have a lot to pay once you go to the closing table, and you can use that money that you didn't use for closing costs to renovate the house.
You can't use seller credits for down payment. Correct. Seller credits can only go to
Closing costs. That's correct. Yes, that's a good point. So when you buy a house, you have the down payment, and then you have the closing costs. And so when you get the concessions, those can only offset your closing costs, which can add up because like on a $440,000 house, your closing costs are probably like $12,000 to $15,000. So finding deals. So I know a lot of us here invest in different parts of the city. I, for example, invest heavily in the south side of Chicago. But I know that there's a lot of people here that invest in the north side, and just typically, like generally speaking, like when people come to me, I always say that the south side is like heavy in cash flow. Appreciation isn't as significant as the north side. It is really, really hard to cash flow on the north side. Like for you, Cody, your Avondale property, you're house hacking it. So is it just offsetting your mortgage right now, right? Did you calculate like how much it would be like if you were to leave, like how much you would cash flow?
We'd be cash positive.
Cash positive? Did you get it under market? And
I have a basement unit that's rented.
Oh,
Legal basement unit. So.
Love it. Okay, so yeah, so if you guys don't know, and again, there's controversy, right? Because like not everyone is me. But for example, if I were to buy a building and I had a garden unit, I would most definitely rent it out, even though it's not legal. Now, there are some people who are like, I would never do that. But you can always live in the garden unit. Right.
There's a big difference between illegal and non-conforming.
Okay, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, so why don't you, what's the difference? Like, that's a great point, Jonathan. What is the difference between illegal and non-conforming?
I thought they were the same too, so.
I thought they were the same too, because I heard you can get in trouble for renting out a garden unit. But
It's not conforming now that you say that. Does that make me safer?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is, right, nothing's illegal until you've been caught and there's a violation. And there's a violation, right? So if there's a violation, now it becomes illegal because you need to rectify the violation. It's also a pretty big insurance thing, right? And so that's the other biggest risk you're imposing on yourself is if there is an insurance claim on that unit, Barry can tell us like if it's insurable or not. Likely not, or you'll be going back and forth with your broker, right?
yeah, I mean, listen, if you do rent garden units, like you have to be very, careful if you do go that route and do that. Because I had a friend of a friend who got caught, and I don't know if you guys have ever been through this scenario. Hopefully not, God forbid. But she got caught with this tenant who was in a garden unit, and basically she had to pay back all of the rent back to her for the time that she lived there. So she was there for like 18 months or something, and like the attorney had her pay her back all the rent that she paid for.
Oh, she get caught or whatever.
I don't remember the scenario.
It's going to cover the entire city probably first. So if you do have an illegal, you just apply for additional dwelling unit. And
is it easy to pass?
I mean, the basement has to be 7 feet, and it's regular city code, and you can't have a 5-foot basement.
Doesn't need 2 exits.
Doesn't need, but it doesn't need.
Is that true, Jonathan? I don't know.
So you have to pull out whatever fixtures may already be there so that they can see.
You have to follow city code, and if your plumbing and if your gas and electric are combined, then you have to rent it out as owner pays or landlord pays.
Yeah.
They're gonna come to your house and collect it.
Utilizing doing it. Plus, it's not automatically going eligible across the city, but you're already. It's not just going.
I think that's only for the detached. So if you want to do a detached EDU, coach house.
Yeah.
Coach house, backyard, the alderman has to opt in, and you have to use the flavor. If it's attached, like a garden unit, it's, you have to, it has to be legal.
Basement and attic.
But I guess that's kind of a question as well. Has anyone done it where you had a non-legal garden unit and then kind of refinance, made it legal, and then refinance to pull out their equity?
So I bought a place, a 3 units, 2 flat with a garden unit. The owners before me got the city called on for an illegal garden unit. However, they were able to legalize it because they were able to prove that it was built prior to 1957, which is when the zoning code changed. So like an inspector came in and found a stamp on one of the toilets that said the manufacture date, which was before 1957. And so they said, okay,
wow.
we can update. It was very lucky that they found
They just installed that.
Hey.
I need a whole toilet.
I still have a toilet, so if anybody has a city call down.
Yeah, rent now.
That's interesting.
Like they used to have like back in the day, like a book, it was like a water book, and it tracked like how many units were in a building and if like they had water access, and so now you can look there to see if it's older or not.
Interesting. Yeah, go ahead.
Hotels separate from the.
Granny clause, right?
Yeah, if you have an existing garage, you can't knock it down to just put a hotel or to build, you can't knock down your garage.
Does anyone know?
But you can do a.
You can build up.
You're not allowed to eliminate parking.
You can't eliminate parking, that's the whole. Yeah.
Oh, you can't. Okay.
Right.
It's unlikely
Just
that
to
the
let you know.
existing structure is gonna be able to support.
Yeah.
Because that was my plan for my.
Yeah.
So,
No. You do like a break garage, like, and just go up top. Yeah.
Does anybody know the cost for that?
Jonathan?
Yeah.
$250 to $350.
So like when you're comparing it to the rental income, does it even make sense?
Yeah. Probably do.
That is for converting an existing garage into a garden. Attached ADU or like just constructing from ground up, like laying foundation and everything was costing 200.
It's about the same because you already have an existing garage, likely not gonna have the right structure to build something on top.
Let's go on this to get really deep detail of all of this.
What was it? A
One of our
podcast?
sponsors.
Oh, Straight Up Chicago podcast. Yeah. Yeah. If anyone hasn't listened to that podcast, highly recommend. It's the Straight Up Chicago podcast with Mark Ainley.
This sounds like a good topic. We can maybe get some information on for our next session. So you said it, Adam, you said 21st, right? Right.
But they still only have 4.
The city does.
Yeah.
He wants to know.
In the process of doing AI right now, so when that happens, then they won't have any inspectors, they'll have AI.
Did you have a question?
If, let's say it's like a 3-unit, will the bank let you live in the non-conforming and?
No. Yeah, that's a great question. If you have a 3-flat with a non-conforming garden unit, would the bank take that into consideration for you to live in? And absolutely not. No, they would not consider it. You'd have to live in like one of the 3 legal units.
You told me living in one of those?
You could, for sure. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, my, on one of my buildings, the garden unit is non-conforming, right? And my bank was okay with the thought of me living there, right? Because I wanted to rent out the coach house, which was legal. And one of the units. So there are.
I guess like they wouldn't take it into consideration for like your like rental income, you know, like that's what they wouldn't. Yeah, for rental income, yeah.
Yeah, as income.
Yeah.
So ETI and things.
Yeah, but I mean, I would never tell my lender like what I plan, like if I plan to live in the garden unit. I mean, they don't need to know. Why do they need to know where you want to live? I mean, listen, guys, if I told you more stories, you'd probably laugh, but I mean, so I got my FHA 203K property and I never lived in there. I intended to live there, but I never did. Right? Exactly. Thank you. So, I would never tell that to my lender, you know, like, I don't live there. I would never tell him that. But okay, so what comes next after house hacking, right? So you've already house hacked. Most of us have here. What's the next step? Some people get another house hack, but then also some people just become straight up investors and they look for their next BRRRR or investment property to flip. Okay, so BRRRR. What is a BRRRR? Has anyone done a BRRRR recently?
No.
I guess I'll give you my example of my BRRRR because I did a house hack, I did another house hack, and then I got straight into investing and I went into Indiana. and I did a burr, and that's all I do is burrs. I've never done a flip. So I bought it was a triplex when I bought it. Well, it was a legal two with a basement. I gutted everything. I think I bought it in 2020 for $35,000. Probably put in like $100,000. And then I ended up refinancing it. No, but no, actually, you know what? No, actually, you know what? I did pull permits. It was in East Chicago, and they're really cool people. So actually, I did pull permits because I had to redo my stairs. But that's all I pulled it for, just for my stairs, and the electrical. Just the electric. I mean, I did pull permits. I didn't pull like for everything. And then I ended up refinancing that one. And it was worth, I think, a refinance for $230. Pulled the cash out to then get another property. And that's the point of BRRRRs is, you want to stay liquid. So when you're an investor, you want to make sure you always have cash. And you get that through your properties. You can also raise money like Cody, right? You raise money, you get investors to give you the money, so then you can reinvest that, give them a return. But the whole point as an investor is to always like remain liquid. You want cash, you need cash, so you can get your next deal. And BRRRRs help with that. Does anyone else want to like walk us through like a deal that they did where they refinanced and pulled some money out?
I don't remember the exact numbers, but we bought in Urban Park area, place I'm living now, so we bought it at 435. We put in about 60 and renovations. Then at the time I think we had about a 4.8 interest rate. Then we refinanced 2019, right? Then we got it reappraised. The first appraisal came back much lower. I had already kind of comped it out. So I thought that was kind of strange. So I got another person to give us an appraisal that was more favorable. So we got it appraised at 600.
What was the original appraisal?
25.
You're about 5 inch.
Yeah. So we got 600. Took out 80%. Cash out refi. Then and at that point we had an unfinished basement, so we finished that up. Then we took cash out, rented that out. It's a non-conforming unit also, so we have something down there, but it's private, so I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, for sure.
The only part missing from that is we haven't done the repeat yet. So we've done everything up to that last exact.
Repeat, but you're looking out for your next one, so that's good.
So I think this is a silly yes question, right? Like a house hack, multi-unit, but I could follow this process for a house hack where I'm living in one of the units, right? Or so.
That's what most people do.
Yeah.
Prefer method.
Okay, thank you. Trying to figure out what I'm doing.
Then you keep your entry low, renovation, and then.
Yeah, like most people do a BRRRR. Yeah, most people do BRRRRs with like they couldn't do them with their first house hack, where you buy low and then rehab it and then refinance it to get another house hack or another investment property.
Have anybody ever refinanced for a higher interest rate and like your tenants or however much money you make still cover the mortgage?
With a higher interest rate?
With a higher interest rate, like you just want a HELOC at that point.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna refinance to a higher interest rate, it is better, I think, to do HELOC.
I refied to a higher interest rate in Avondale because I needed a cash back that I put in and bootstrap the renovation. I paid out of pocket for the renovation. So my goal was to get the cash back in my pocket. My monthly note went up like $800, but then even with the 800 increase, by the time the building's fully rented, it's still the rent roll is still covered. Since it's fully renovated.
Why didn't you just do a HELOC?
Because I wanted the cash back, and half of it was on credit cards, so I had to pay. I was taking a higher interest rate on a credit card versus a HELOC. I could have gone the route, but I'm still with that versus the cash out. Now the assets. Makes sense. So now I'll go refi again. The rates have come down. I think about like 7%. So just by 1%. Yeah.
What?
So I have like certain deals I have come across like some potential better deals. Like if the appraisal value is what I think based on the comfort I've been pulling, like I will be able to pull out the cash. However, after I pull out the cash, the mortgage is also gonna increase. So I ended up having like not positive cash flow. I don't know what's your experience with this. Like, is it still realistically possible to get like positive cash flow, like after?
I mean, I think it depends on like you can. I mean, like I said, I think it is harder in certain areas unless you're getting like a really, really good deal. Especially I always say like the north side because north side is just typically harder to cash flow. But it really depends on like what the purchase price was, how much the renovations were. And I think that's also why it's important before you buy a deal that like you walk it through with contractors so you have an idea of like what the total renovation is going to cost. There is a really good formula that you the 70% like so basically what you want to do is like determine what the after repair value is of the building. So like let's say you have like a building in Avondale and the ARV on it is like $600,000. So like the rule of thumb is to take 70% of the 600, whatever that is. Let's say it's 550, right? And then you want to take into account all of the renovations. So like it's 70% of the 600 is 550. And then let's say it's going to take $50,000 for you to rehab it. So then you take the 550 and subtract the 50K. Now you're left at 500, and that's what your purchase price would want to be. So you have to like back into the numbers so like it makes sense to you because it is really hard to find really good deals that do make sense. So you want to make sure that you're just getting a good deal up front.
I don't know. What I meant is like, yeah, I understand the part. Like, for example, if you're able to pull out your initial like invested capital, however, because of the appraisal, like the mortgage is still going to be like let's say for the 600 case, like even if your appraisal is 600 and you pull out like 70%, let's say like that's 500 like loan, right, from the mortgage. But then if you distribute it through the month, like the rent is not enough to cover it. And I don't know if that's.
I think part of that is you have to rent in a high area. Right?
Yeah, you have to do that. You have to make sure that, again, that's a part of the analysis is like understanding the rents, and that's honestly like a lot of people, like they get properties and then like I had one guy and he messed up the rent. So like when he got it, he rented it out for like $2,500 because he thought that's what he could get. But he had to keep reducing the price and he only ended up getting like 21. So that's just a part of like the analysis and like understanding the neighborhood and like what you can rent it at after you do the rehab.
Depends on your strategy too,
Yeah.
right? Like if you're buying in a place where like prices are high and you're not gonna have a ton of cash flow, the strategy is just to buy like a really good place that's gonna appreciate and hold it for a couple of years. That might be your strategy. Or if you know that rent goes up every year, maybe the first year you don't make a lot of cash flow and you're okay with it, maybe you're not. And then maybe the next year rent goes up and you are cash flowing a little bit and you know that the rent's just gonna keep ascending. But it makes it a little bit tough to cash flow on all of these bird deals. I think a big portion is the rent, right? What can I rent it for and where's rent going?
Yeah. Has this happened to you before? Like, is that what you're dealing with now or?
So I actually like went under contract for a deal. I think I posted in a bigger project and it was like something like that, but like I could pull out some capital or like after it, I guess, by the end of the deal if everything goes according to the numbers, but then the rent wouldn't be enough to cover the new mortgage.
Where's the deal at?
It wasn't actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say like honestly, like generally speaking, it is really hard to cash flow on the north side. Like you can have everyone here. It's an appreciation market. Like you're not.
Well, like they're saying with the deal, right? Like your mortgage is staying the same, so you're still the renter covering mortgage, but now you have access to the HELOC, so then you get another
Cash, yeah. You have to take a HELOC out, but
loan basis, but your cash flow is still covering the asset.
We rarely will have both.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where you manage like.
South side.
Yeah, for instance, like my also cash flow. But my Belmont Creek. Right, so like my Belmont Creek is appreciation strategy. Right, because eventually I want to where I will then use that. Then buy my next, right? Whereas like, but I'm also utilizing all the help of that, the help reserve for Belmont Creek and also help raise capital for that project. So very rarely will you have cash flow and appreciation like that is. I mean, unless you really come below and over time, like let's say you post. You got that, you got the cash flows and you got the appreciation, but then very, very successful work, right? So you really don't have to, I think that's a lot of people.
Yeah, unless you get lucky with the emerging market.
Yeah, I guess. Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, but just know, like that's if you're investing in the north side, that's like really normal. There's a lot of other guys look at it. I talked to him yesterday. He has properties in the north side, so he's just breaking even. It's not making
Property prices are high, taxes are high on the north side, but rent is also very high as well.
So you're building equity on something else's cash.
Yeah.
Which is still great, right? But it will help with your HELOC eventually. It's a long-term play. That's play the long game.
It's good to have both in the portfolio at the end of the day.
That's why I think
Or hey, Little Village. What happened with Little Village?
Yeah.
No, I was thinking about secondary. Like I got out of that thing. Like,
Oh.
Like, I'm not,
Nice.
no,
All right.